Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for joining for another video, and we have a trade happening. This was a bit of a surprise here as we have the Panthers and the Jets completing the trade that will send Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers, and the Jets will be receiving a 6th-round pick from this year, a 2nd and a 4th rounder in 2022. So just off the trade value alone, around the league, it was said that Sam Darnold, a lot of executives were thinking that Sam might be worth a 3rd-round pick. So the fact that the Jets were able to get a 2nd-round pick in addition to a 4th on top of a 6th-round pick, obviously the 6th will just be this year. Next year, you'll have to wait for the 2nd and the 4th. But I think that's a good trade there. I like this move from Sam Darnold's point of view. Considering the options that he was potentially looking at, I honestly thought that it might make the most sense for him to go to Denver, because I really thought that if they were going to have competition for someone like Drew Lock, that he'd be someone that'd be competing. But then again, you'd have 2 young quarterbacks. I did not think that Carolina would necessarily take this route when I felt that they were in play to perhaps get a different quarterback. I did see a report, and I'll go ahead and pull that up real quick. It seems like Carolina, they were heavily going after Deshaun Watson, but I guess with all the allegations and stuff, it did not make sense to continue to pursue that, and Houston's lack of willingness to outright say, yeah, we're listening to calls and stuff. So they decided to pivot from Deshaun Watson and not try to get a quarterback in this quarterback-heavy draft, but to get Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold, looking at his career, he's only in his 3rd year. I know it seems like he's probably been in the league longer than that at this point, but yeah, this is only his 3rd year. Out of USC, he was the 3rd pick of the draft. Many people thought he would have been the 1st quarterback taken, but that honor went to Baker Mayfield when the Browns took him. And so last season, if you compare Sam Darnold to the guy that he's going to eventually, I guess, replace in Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater clearly had the better season last year. Bridgewater threw 15 touchdowns, 11 picks, whereas Sam Darnold threw 9 touchdowns to 11 picks. That being said, though, Sam Darnold clearly has more skills to work with. Teddy Bridgewater, he's not going to go out there and cost you many games, but that ceiling isn't that high. But, I mean, if you still believe in Sam Darnold and you truly believe that, hey, he was just, he didn't have any talent around him, which I do feel to a degree that did come into play. He didn't have the help around him, and that's always the case for many quarterbacks that get drafted early. They get put in a bad situation sometimes, and he's still young enough to where he can recover from that. And we'll see, as Carolina's basically banking on him to do just that. They're going to make him the guy for their future. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, definitely massive news. Who says there's no NFL news right now outside of the draft, right? So yeah. But definitely thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And as more news continues to break, be sure to check out my videos, and I'll be sure to break them to you. So thank you again for watching, and have a great day.